begins my journey to Hawaii, moving there in the middle of a global pandemic. So basically, I was trying to figure out something to do for the winter. I work in the hotel industry, and due to this pandemic, there is no work at all. So I figured I'd spend the next about 3-4 months in Hawaii. I found a opportunity to work away, which is a program where you can work part-time in exchange for room and board. So I'll be working, help building a meditation retreat on the island of Kauai.
Maybe if we get there, things will be much easier and life won't be nothing anymore. Well, babe, when we're together, we've always such nice weather. Guess we don't need these places.
So as I was editing this, I realized that I was not doing a good job explaining what happened to try to get into Hawaii. So I just wanted to go over what it was like actually trying to get onto the island. When you get off the plane, you have to go through 2 checkpoints. First checkpoint was super chill. They basically just make you sign a waiver. And before getting here, you have to register on this website basically saying that yes, you will quarantine. Here's the address that I'm going to be quarantining at. No, I don't feel sick, stuff like that. So the first checkpoint, they double check all that. Then you go through and you deal with the police and the National Guard. So on this property, it's divvied up into 2 different properties, and one of them has vacation rentals on them, Airbnbs, which obviously are not being used right now because COVID, nobody's really traveling. So they were like, well, we'll just put you in the Airbnbs. It was gonna be separate from everybody. It was gonna be, yeah, perfect, easy. So the police take down the address that I'm gonna be quarantining at. They hand it off to the National Guard, who hand it off to these 2 girls on computers who are double checking all of the addresses. They come back saying that where I'll be staying is a vacation rental, so I can't quarantine there. Apparently a law was passed, or the governor said something like 2 weeks ago that's saying that you can't quarantine at a vacation rental. I tried explaining, I know it's technically an Airbnb, but I'm not renting it. I'm gonna be, you know, I plan on living here. And they said that since it's on the books as a vacation rental, I can't stay there. So the one police officer came up to me and said, you can either get a hotel room, fly home, or go to jail. So I was like, first of all, rude. I just traveled like 24 hours to get here. You don't have to send me to jail. Then another police officer said that if I had a lease on the property, because I told him I was planning on moving here. So he said if I could show him a signed lease, then that property would be okay. So I called the coordinator and he said, all right, I'll write up a lease and charge you $1 a month for 6 months, and you could show him that. While I'm on the phone with him, another cop comes up to me and says, oh no, you can't do that. They actually passed something, I think like last week, that the other cop didn't know about, saying that even if you have a lease, you still can't stay at a vacation rental. So he was like, you have 30 minutes to figure this out, or I'm gonna send you on the next plane back. It literally almost seemed like they were just trying to get me out of their country. Or not even country. It feels like I was going to another country, but I was still in America. Like, seriously, it felt like I was entering North Korea or something. Which, I mean, I can kind of empathize with them. I know the rules and laws were changing like every day based on what the governor said, and it was hard for even them to keep up with it. But still, it's like, I just want to come to Hawaii. So, anyways, instead of staying at the Airbnb, gave the address of the nonprofit, which is considered a private residence. So that went through, and instead of staying in the Airbnb, I'd be staying on the property. So they have a bus on the property that's divvied up into 2 bedrooms, which is where I am now, and that was going to be where I'm quarantining. Instead of staying in the main building with everybody else, a little bit separate from everybody, to have like a quarantine area. Which, I mean, honestly, I kind of love living in a bus. I think it's super cool. So anyways, back to the video. now I'm just like organizing and cleaning my bus. So I just about have the whole bus set up how I want. I'll start outside to give a full tour. So this is like the backyard type area. Then the back half of the bus is another bedroom. So this is my half. I got a lot of fans going because it's Hawaii and it's hot. So I threw my suitcase backpack on this little shelf thing. Have a desk. Found this little plastic dresser. And I found a little nightstand over here. And since I kind of had that musty bus smell, I found on those vacuum bags made by Febreze, where it's like when you vacuum it makes the room smell like Febreze. I just ripped off that little card that makes it smell, put it on the back of my fan, so now it gives that nice Febreze smell throughout my bus. Yeah, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of dirtbagging, but it works, it's free. And the next step will be gonna use these Posca markers and do some painting. Another day, another morning in quarantine. Part of the thing that Hawaii does to track your quarantine, you have to go on to this website every morning, travelhawaii.gov, and they ask these like 5 questions about your trip. Make sure you don't have a temperature. Say that yes, you are quarantining, you don't feel sick. Actually yesterday the National Guard came to check on me and had to check my ID and make sure that I was in the location I told them I was going to be in. And if I wasn't, then they would send out a search and go out and arrest me. They've been doing that like all over the island, which I get it. I mean, it is an island of like 70,000 people here. If there's an outbreak, the hospitals cannot handle what would happen. So for now, we're just doing odd jobs at this volunteer center. Basically this whole building is under construction, so we're trying to get all this wood up to these levels, the second or the third level.
Something warmer, fall asleep together. Maybe when it's all done, we can grow our hair long. Life won't be nothing anymore.
See, the idea is all these wood planks are getting used to build these lofts. So this will be kind of a studio apartment. And there's the ocean. And there's the mountains. And there's my bus. And I'm still stuck in quarantine. What's that?
How much of that could you have learned with you?
So is this what we're changing a windshield on?
I think so, yeah.
It's the Toyota. Okay, so like I previously mentioned, we are always doing random stuff around here.
today I'm gonna learn how to replace a windshield. Yep. And this is the other volunteer here with me, also in quarantine. What do you think of this place, Jason?
Oh, you know, 5-star review. It's beautiful. A lot of cars don't come off this easy. Just like that. Started and pulled.
Oh, and then you pull it. Cool.
So you don't want to cut all the glue off. Just as far as you can go.
It's oddly satisfying doing this.
It's not gonna work.
They were cheap. Yeah, I know. Mostly the glue, and also where we scratched with that razor blade. Put it over the other on the car. Stick one hand on top. Don't ever drop the window on the glue. Just set it down.
And the next step for our day of quarantine, gonna clean this kitchen. So since they sometimes have up to like 12 volunteers here, there's literally all the food you could freaking think of. I mean, tons of spices, got 3 refrigerators, tons of Cliff Bars, everything. But since all the people living here are dudes, shit gets kind of messy. Kind of. I don't think it's been cleaned since COVID started in March. So since we're the new guys, we're gonna clean everything. So a lot of this shit has been way back in this 3-foot cupboard and have not been, let's get this in the better lighting. Put that in focus. Yeah. That's nasty right there.
That's why you wear gloves. Freeze-dried miso soup. Like fucking astronaut food.
One great thing about living here is the surplus of food. I mean, John came back from the food bank today with, I don't know how many pounds this is, of crushed almonds. And also, so many nuts over here, giant bags of cashews, and I mentioned I like star fruit. So then, I got literally all the star fruit I could want. I will say that one nice thing about being in quarantine is it's given me a lot more time to slow down, focus on myself, being able to wake up, journal, read in the evenings, not have the feeling of like, oh, I gotta catch the surf or I gotta go hiking. Just like, well, still in a beautiful place with beautiful scenery, living in a cool ass bus, and just slowing down for a bit. It's nice.